Welcome everyone, here we are doing another CQuartz video, believe it or not. This time, we got the mother's, or my mother's rather, Chrysler 300C. My brother's here to help me do it. We're gonna buff this thing up with the Shoals Concepts S20 and the Grills Garage buffer, 6-inch, I think it's a 6-inch random orbital, with the Navy pad, the Abrafix system. If you haven't, I've already, if you want to see the tools used, then just go to my other Mustang video where I did my 2013 Mustang GT in the CQuartz. And the same steps apply, and we're just gonna talk about it a little bit. What we've done so far is wash the car, clay the car, and alcohol prep the car. And we have clayed the car, and I guess I mentioned that. And we taped off everything that we didn't want to get crud on for buffing, and so now we're going to buff it. And once that's done, we will do the alcohol prep again, and then we will apply CQuartz 30 milliliter bottle, and we'll see how long that goes. This thing has got, this Chrysler has more of a hood than I thought, so, or a roof rather, so this, I got the 30 milliliter bottle. We'll see if this lasts. I'm sure it will. My Mustang, I used a 50 milliliter bottle, and I did rims and 2 coats, and so this should be fine. So this car has a decent amount of scratches on it. It's a what year?
08.
It's a 2008 Chrysler 300C. It's like a dark gunmetal metallic kind of paint job on it, so it's kind of like gray, but it has some color in the I guess the flesh or whatever. Anyway, so the metallic has got some weird colors to it. It's kind of cool, and it's got scratches all over. It's a 100,000 mile car, and it's got wash scratches all over it, and so door handle scratches, that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to making this thing look awesome. So anyway, we're going to do the compounding, and then we'll clean it up and get ready to apply the quartz.
All right, welcome back everyone. I do want to, first of all, apologize for not having any post-process video, as we were so friggin' tired that all I got were some photos before my brother had to take off. So the story is, he came in Friday night with Mom's car, and he went home Sunday afternoon. And so, we were just burnt, and we worked on it all weekend for the most part. So I want to talk about some key talking points, I guess, or some BS points real quick, and then we'll move on to the rest of the video, and I'll kind of babble some more through some of the pictures that you'll see, and just feel free to pause the video at any time to stare at whatever it is you're interested in. So the steps are, I'm going to go through three things: steps, time, and cost. The steps are, you want to wash the car and clay the car and do the isopropyl alcohol, the IPA water mixture. And if you don't know what that is where you take about 50-50 isopropyl alcohol and water. Doesn't matter what kind, just go to Walmart and get some, make you a little mixture, 50-50, and put that in a spray bottle, and that will degrease, or not degrease, but it'll just strip any oils or any residues that are on the car. You try to get the car as absolutely as clean as possible. Clay the car several times, make sure you're not getting any contaminants up. The clay should just be completely clean, and once you feel like the car is completely stripped down to nothing, like no waxes, sealants, nothing, it doesn't bead water, that's what you're looking for, then you can just let it dry, and you need to let it dry 12 hours. That's what we did. Like I said, he came in Friday night, we washed it and did all that, clayed it, let it sit in the garage overnight, got up about 8:30 or 9, started our buffing process, and we were done by 5 p.m. And then the rest of the time until Sunday at about 5 p.m. is just letting the car sit up. So if you follow those steps, you'll be good to go. The time, again, the man hours was about 10 to 11 to 12 hours. The rest of the time was spent letting the car cure. So 2 guys can do this. We had approximately, with this car's level of paint level, I would say, I think we had about at least 6 hours of buffing, and I blew out 2 pads doing it, so I would have 2 pads on hand. If you had one brand new pad, I think you'd be fine. Most cars don't require this level of buffing, but I didn't want to use a heavy compound. Probably could have done used a compound that was a little more aggressive, but this Shoals Concepts is a kind of a 2-step compound. It cuts, and then the longer you work it, it breaks down and turns into a polish. So where guys have, done 2 rounds of buffing with 2 different compounds, you can just essentially do it in one. You're going to spend the same amount of time. So this works great. This car's, paint was about a 4, because it wasn't jacked up. It just had scuff marks all over it and swirl marks just beyond. And I didn't know how much we were going to get out. We got out virtually all of it, okay? All of it. It looks really, really good. There's very little, if any, scratches, swirl marks, and or, imperfections, blemishes. If they're there, they're because they're permanently in there, and you're not going to get those out with buffing. I don't care what you do. You'd have to wet sand it, and we're just not going to do that to this paint job. So the car came out excellent, and it's definitely like an 8.5 now. So thoroughly happy with that. So you can do it in a weekend, and with just a little elbow grease, you can do it yourself and have the satisfaction of knowing you can do it yourself. So the third thing I want to talk about is cost. The CQuartz cost me about $50. I think a 30 milliliter bottle on Amazon is about $50, and then your shipping's like roughly $20. So let's just say $75 worth of material. Now, if you don't have pads and a buffer, that's going to cost you more, to the tune of about $200. Maybe $250 for everything, and that's like 2 pads, a brand new buffer, and a big old jug of that S20 compound. So, like I said again, just go ahead and go back to my other video, and I reference all those materials. You can find links to them on Amazon or wherever I bought them. So again, the trick: let your car sit overnight. That's what we did. I think we got great results. We had no issues whatsoever. So there again, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the pictures. I'm sorry again. I apologize for no video. We were just wasted, and it's all on an iPhone. So I was like, what the hell? I'm trying to work my way up to a better camera. Almost there. I keep finding other crap to buy. So, but anyway, like and subscribe. I appreciate all the subs. You guys are awesome. If you want to see anything different on the channel, let me know. If you have any comments or questions about this or anything else that I have, feel free to post all you want. I'll be happy to answer them. Now we'll get into just some babbling of the rest of the pictures. So let's carry on. All right, so this first picture you've been staring at this whole time, I've been babbling, is just a front shot of the car. You can see scratches there on the hood, about above the fender. Next picture, just as a close-up of that, more superficial stuff. Next photo would be right front hood, and you can see some haziness on that far left corner there. Mineral deposits, water spots. Next picture, another water spot near that reflection of the ballast there. The ballast picks up everything. Here's another one. Scratch, and it's just all over it. This one is above the door handle, and it is obviously not in that one area, but most of the car just looks that way. It's my idea what scratches look like. This next one is the right front fender, and it's got a pretty good scratch. That scratch came out. You won't find. You'll see that in the. That's the right side fender. I'll take another picture, or you'll see another picture of that where it's like friggin' gone. It's awesome. Right front hood, passenger side hood, let's say. You can see vertical scratch marks, wash marks. Now this one's interesting. This next picture is a 50-50. So the left side of the hood at the middle, at the center is polished. The right side is not. That's the difference. I mean, that's just buffing alone. It just completely brought out the gloss, and I think that's due to just your prep and your product and your patience and how much time you're willing to spend. Like I said, we did about 6 hours of buffing, so a lot of passes. The hood definitely took a beating, all the horizontal surfaces, so we definitely spent more time in that area and around the top of the doors. Next picture has just got the flash on the camera phone there, and you can see how dull and kind of milky that clear coat is. It's just, there's rub marks all over the thing. Next picture here, you can see a 50-50 split again. More contrast between the polished and the non-polished side, left being polished, right side obviously hazy. And now we're going to get into another close-up. So left side polished, right side not. So the right side, you can see the haze isn't from scratches so much as it is water spotting. And so this car had a ton of mineral deposits and water spots, and it all virtually came off. I couldn't find any. I mean, maybe my eyes were crossed the whole time I was, after I was done, because we were just wasted. But that right there shows you what you can get. And that was, maybe 15 minutes just on that one half of the hood there. So the next picture, of course, now the quartz is fully applied. The buffing's done. I didn't do too many side-by-side comparisons on that. Video would be nice, but I don't have the cameras or the lighting for that. So here you can see the gloss is just insane. The car looks black in the garage, and outside it's a completely different color, so that's kind of cool. Next to the Mustang, it's gloss black. Another close-up, you can see reflections. Gloss just kind of continues to rise as it kind of sets up. Here's a top picture. We're glossy again, baby. It's nice. Left rear corner. I also CQuartz the tail lights. Now, they were in really good shape, but I did give them a mild buff. I didn't really spend any time or dwell on them. I just hit them up, made sure they look good. And as long as they look good, I didn't carry it any further than that. But I did do a very, I spent maybe 30 seconds on those tail lamps, and then I also did the quartz over that. So those plastic tail lights are now coated. So here's an outside shot. We're delirious by this point. Again, it looks like a gray in the sun. It's crazy. Next picture is that right front fender where that big scratch was, and you can see that it's gone. And that shows you right there what the metallic flake looks like in this car. It's just green, purple, red, blue. It's got all of it in there, gold. It's just a menagerie of colors, and it's really pretty unique color. I've never seen anything quite like that on another car, so it's kind of neat. Here's another backed out picture, the right side. Let's see here. Yep, here's a quarter panel shot. And then here's a zoom in. And if you see any reflections or little dots, if you see any little dots in the reflections rather, those are the metallic flake and not overspray or dust or anything. So that just shows you how heavy the metallic is in this car when it's under some sunlight. Next picture, left side quarter. Here you see the top of the roof looking good. Here's a zoom in, picture of the paint. Almost looks blue there. The front of the car and the back of the car. So there again, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know what more to say. You can do this. You can do it in a weekend. This car, it took, like I said, a lot of man hours. It's a lot of labor. It's not hard to do. You just have to want to do it. And man, after seeing the results, I don't know how you couldn't be satisfied knowing you can do this kind of work. Practice on a car. If you've never done it before, just practice on something you don't mind and just do one little area and then just check your results every so often. You'll get good results if you take your time and perform the steps. You cannot skip steps and make this work. The only reason the CQuartz cars look so good is because they spent 10 to 12 hours buffing the things, okay? You don't get that just by putting on CQuartz, okay? So if you think you're just going to wash your car and put CQuartz on and it's going to look like this, this is not the video for you. You don't understand the process and what it takes. So you should, after I've explained them all, but there again, don't have the perception that, or the misconception that I'm just going to buy this product and it's going to make my car look like this, because that's not the case. This all comes from buffing and paint correction. You're just locking it in, making it more scratch resistant and chemical resistant with the CQuartz, and you should be able to prolong the life of this service, which is the buff job that shops will charge you an astronomical amount to do. So you can do it yourself. You can make your car look good, and it can last a long time. You take care of it, it's going to be good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe again. Leave any comments. I'll be happy to answer them. Shout outs to my brother and my mom, Auto Fetish Detail, for turning me on to all the products, and all you YouTubers out there that have done CQuartz videos. Props to you guys. And again, I thank you again to all the subs. I'm trying to grow the channel to get over this 1,000 sub hurdle that you got to be in order to get monetized, so I can pay for some student loans. So that's the theory behind the whole channel in a nutshell. But anyway, guys, have a good one. See you next time.